here's what I have. I have aggressive, relapsing, remitting multiple sclerosis. The specific type I can't say. It's a really long Latin name. And basically, my MS, my lesions in my brain, the first one started as tiny little tumors, and then it spread from there. And that was from an abusive stepfather and a hard childhood, really, like a lot of drowning, a lot of concussions I had sustained in my life. So at the age of 5, I had more concussions than Mike Tyson. So that's just to put it in perspective. But from that point, like a little kid, my body bounced back, so nobody noticed it. And also, I was born in a weird age where diseases could be only women diseases, and men couldn't get them. So everybody thought I had spinal meningitis. And actually, my friend that's here came over to the house the first night. And when I saw a neurologist later, he said that was MS. They should have caught it right there. They just didn't because you were a boy. And so it went untreated. Then I turned 23. I took one last concussion, and then aggressive, relapsing, remitting multiple sclerosis hit me like a ton of bricks. As it does with most males, it moves a lot faster because of the testosterone that I had in my body. I was 6'1", 220 pounds, and I was a bouncer. So I was doing a lot of physical activity, a lot of testosterone pumping through my blood. So it actually went through every stage. There's so many things I can tell you about the bad that was happening that's been almost completely reversed or stopped in its tracks. Nothing has progressed on that nature, but I'm going to stick to the top 5. Like mainly I had bladder control and sphincter control issues. Like I didn't even know. Like I don't know when I'm going to relieve myself, so it would just happen. And it's extremely embarrassing in public. Like, okay, when I hit 80, maybe I need a diaper, but I'm 33. And a diaper is an honest option when I go and I need to go get some defense. I don't anymore. That's the number 1 for me. That was huge. The second was the uncontrollable twitching. And I don't just mean twitching, like you see, like somebody just moved their head. No, I don't mean like that. I mean violent twitching. Arms, legs, my feet were some of the worst because, like I said, it was a hard childhood. So my feet were molded like an Asian girl's in the 1400s. Like, I don't know how much history you know, but they used to bind their feet and morph them. That's what my feet look like. Like I'm 6'1" and I wear a size 10. So that could explain that. But the uncontrollable twitching has almost completely stopped. It's been 7 months since I've had an MS hug, which to everybody that doesn't know is, depending on where it hits, it is a squeezing that your body contracts and you can't control it. For me, it happened in my lungs and my ribs contracted around my lungs. So I felt my ribs when I was trying to breathe in, and it actually stopped me from breathing for about 6 minutes. Sorry, I see her head go out. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to shock.
I love it.
The next one, like I just said, the MS hug, I haven't had in 7 months. This one is from a previous injury that was actually caused by my sister with a coat hanger. She put it in my eye and scarred the bottom of my left eye. So when I was about 6, I wore an eye patch for the whole year. And I was in 4th grade, so I was the pirate in elementary school because I was wearing a pink eye patch the whole year. And she scarred the bottom of my eye. So now MS obviously attached to that. And I used to get these sharp, searing pains that would shoot from my eye all over my head. It wasn't like a headache. It was just a sharp shooting pain all through my head, like somebody was driving a giant nail into my forehead. That has stopped. I haven't felt that it's a massive relief. I don't know how to explain it. It's so exciting. But that was one. And then this one is one of the you're gonna cover your mouth like,
well,
you got plenty of time, FYI. It's only 13 after, to take your time, share your story.
They're the 5 negatives that
okay.
I was on it. I got you. You told me. All right. Okay, for the last negative really thing that was happening all the time, it was a constant. My skin felt like an Iron Maiden resting over all the musculature in my body. Sorry, messing up the word, but all the musculature in my body. It felt like an Iron Maiden, but not with giant spikes that closed in and just ended the game right then and there. Like, oh, at least it's over when it closes. It didn't feel like that. It felt like jagged, and the best way I can put it, like I wrote to Wendy, it's hard to explain. It's jagged electric glass that's also on fire. And I felt that under my skin when anything would touch it. And cold water was especially horrible. But for people with MS, you can't do hot water because it'll completely relax you in a very bad way. So you have to do cold showers, and my neighbors had to get used to me screaming during the cold showers. They don't have to do that anymore. I wanted to say, like, they don't have to do that anymore. But all those on my top, that's the top 5. I have a much longer list. I would need so much more time to tell you guys, like run through it like, oh yeah, I had that too, and that got checked off, and that's, but a lot of them have completely stopped. Like I still have multiple sclerosis. I am in no disillusion that I don't have it. But the fact is,
Christopher, if you would also just touch on your mobility. What was it before?
that was coming up. She just got me on that one. She just got me on that one.
Say we have to shut up.
Yeah, like I had it. I was listening to you ladies. But and before, yeah, as before, like along with that metal sensation all over my body, I was in a wheelchair for about 8 months. And then I went to a rolling walker, which is a rollator, has wheels and brakes on it. And then somebody hit me on that one. And then I just didn't go out. Like I didn't walk, I didn't do anything. The only time I would go out was to come over to Denise's house because, like, holistically, and I don't want to make it sound bad, but cannabis actually does help. It relieves pressure and the nerves don't react as quickly. Like, there's a reason for every medicine on the planet, and that one is definitely prevented me from just ending it. Like when do you wake up and say, like, yeah, I just soiled myself. I can't even open my eyes. The light hurts so much. 2 years ago, I was lifting 300 pounds over my head. And now I can't even lift a TV guide. They don't have those anymore. I know, but I'm just, I understand. I'm dated. I apologize. But I do want to say how this is leading to the positive. Thank you, ladies.
You got 4 minutes.
Okay, the mobility, just walking. I haven't used a cane in a year since I started using the patches. The first time I got around my block was 2 days after I put the patches on. I got around my block. And of course I used a cane then, like I was nervous about it, but I don't even have a cane in the car right now. And I haven't brought a cane back to Denise's house in how long? Like,
Well, since 4 days.
yeah, after 4 days after the patch, I haven't brought a cane back. But, oh, let me get to the coup de grace for everybody watching. It's super exciting, super happy. I was told, due to, life circumstances, that the likelihood of me ever having a child was slim to none. I had low testosterone, and there's a number of other things I don't want to describe because it's graphic. And it makes me cringe when I think about it. But I've been told by doctors that the likelihood of having a child it's just not going to happen for you. So your line ends with you. And that was kind of a big thing for me. But my girlfriend right now is pregnant with my baby, and she is 8 weeks right now. I should have brought the picture. It's a little blueberry in her belly. It's super exciting. I can't even explain how excited I am about it. but I still did it, ladies. I knew. I followed the instructions. I was so excited, but still did it.
Oh my gosh, Christopher, I'm so happy that you're on here. I mean, and like you said, we could just have a show, just a few, and maybe seriously we'll bring you on again so you can really go down the whole line, because MS is a big thing that, you know, affects a lot of people, and your story is going to help so many. And then on top of it, I love it where you're being told nothing is going to happen, or this is going to stop you, or this is not going to, you know, you're never going to have a child. In your face. Yes, I did. Right here.
She's right. Thank you. Thank you. I'm
Oh,
patting
no. Laura, do you have any questions or anything?
I do, and Christopher, you might have said this, but how long were you on the patch until you started feeling and seeing some of these things either disappearing or gaining?
2 days.
Wow.
I got an extreme mobility boost within 2 days. I didn't need, like, yeah, my walker had gotten hit, but I didn't need the walker. And I was
Right.
only using the cane just so, like, you know, weevils wobble, but they don't fall down. I was just making sure I was staying on the sidewalk when I was walking. That was just to sort of like corral me,
Yeah.
but I could walk. And 2 days before that, I was crawling up Denise's stairs. Like she said, she lives in a townhouse. I was crawling up it on my butt, like one step at a time. It took me a second to get up, and eventually she just said, I'll meet you downstairs.
And so you've been on it for how long now altogether, collectively?
A year.
A year. Okay. I want to make sure I got that right. Okay.
That is
Wow.
awesome. So Christopher, you've been on it for a year, and Denise, your mama, who's 80 years old, she's also been on it a year. And so, and then you yourself, you said kind of off and on, but basically solidly for about 8 months, correct?
Yes.
I got to get on her about it. That's for sure. Gotta get on her.